Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Thank God for another day. No complaining, no crying. What's up, y'all? It's Papa Stretch. We live back here from Dad Chat TV. Applause, 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 applause. Today, Wednesday. Another day on God's good earth. About time New Yorkers get some decent weather. It's been like nor'easter, man. Nor'easter, I mean. Like a real storm out here, man. But yeah, welcome back to Dad Chat TV. I'm your host, Papa Stretch, live from Queens. Never quite Queens to be exact. Southside, we always outside. Shout outs to the whole New York. New York for president. Hashtag stepdads don't matter. Not my words. Hashtag fathers across the world. Don't ever think anything's twisted. Don't y'all call me slipping. Mets always. I want to get into this today, man. I'm gonna jump right into it. What gotta be talked about, fellas? As you know, Dad Chat TV. This is our thing, and we're here to talk to each other and come together of all capacity. Talk about how these baby mamas do us wrong. Talk about a system is designed to leave us behind. All them good things. But as y'all do know, one of my favorite words on earth is hashtag accountability. And we have to come together and take accountability for our roles as men on this earth. No matter how foul and messed up a woman can be, and she is half the time, it's not about that right at this point. Dad Chat TV is for men who are fathers, are uncles, are male figures, are role models, older brothers, mentors, any type of leader, any man that can offer something to someone else outside of just a monetary type of thing. And you see mothers, or I should say, fellas, you see mothers, they're mothers to women that aren't even their children. They give mother advice and mother leadership to women they're older than. They give mother and leadership advice in that realm towards every capacity of women, the sisters, the nieces, the aunts, the grandmothers, the sons, the nephews, the fathers, the cousins. And I feel like, and I'm honestly just saying this, I'm not saying it's everybody out there, but a lot of times men, we don't step up 100% the way the women step up. Now, I'm not just talking about the babies and taking care of your kids and all that good stuff. Because the role of a father, in a word that I learned when I was young, matriarch and patriarch, the role of a man in being a father isn't just to his own kids, isn't just two kids. You can be there towards your sister, towards your mom, like I said, everybody, you know? It's just stepping up and realizing there are things that men are supposed to do, and there's lanes and roles for us, and how we should take them, or step into those roles proudly, I should say. And I speak when I have to speak. Sorry, I know these eyelashes, man. Without always putting all of my personal business in it, but giving y'all my personal to be able to reach y'all. In my family, like many others, there are men that I believe don't step up into the role they are supposed to. And then it forces somebody who's younger, such as myself, before our time is supposed to come, to be that. I have two sisters You know, sometimes you could say 3 or 4. Shout out to Sarita. Shout outs to Michelle. But I have 2 sisters that I grew up with biologically, E-Dub and my little sister Jazzy. Despite my issues with both of them off and on for years, I don't have to like them at times. I don't have to be their best friends or kiki ho ho, shoot the spit with them and hang out in the breeze, you know? But, or as I should say, however, there is nothing in my soul and my heart that won't allow me to take the role I need to take for my sisters. Whether one is younger and the other one is older. In my mind, not taken from them and say they aren't capable or they're less than in no way. But I'm a man. And there are not too many things outside of them being married or having somebody there to take care of those roles to where I'm not going to step up. You understand? Whether it's health, wealth, children, or anything. And I see too many men nowadays not 100% take heed to their position, making sure that you know what's going on with the people, your mom, your sister, your aunt, figuring out what's their health situation, their financial, calling day to day or weekly to make sure that things are being taken care of. Some of us on earth have a role in which we put upon that God gave us that we just didn't know, we probably didn't want, but que sera, sera. All the greats, the Dr. Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X, the Medgar Evers, and plenty of others, they assumed those positions because that's the position the Lord gave them. And I'm pretty sure they thought, like plenty others, dang, this is hard, or it's a lot to keep up with this, or be in charge of this, or worry about others, or having to hold yourself to a standard that your congregation, if you want to say, 100% doesn't have to. But that's the reason why people are elected to certain positions, to be able to lead people and be something just a little more than what they can be. If you're a leader, yes, you might have to go without some of the guilty pleasures than what the regular public might have to. Is it because you shouldn't or fair isn't fair? It's because there's a role for everybody. And even though there's a role for everybody, there's usually a special or specific role when it comes to anybody, whether it's a family, a group, a business, whatever it is, a tribe, whatever it is. It's usually a reason why there's 1 or 2 elected, because they're supposed to be held to different standards. I say all that to say, men, we got to start caring more about our families, man. Maybe I'm the only weird one in minds who thinks about the patriarchal position and all of these things, and how many males under my name is still alive, and who's the first and second oldest, and this, that, and third, because it means something. You understand? It is our job as men to make sure these women are all taken care of all capacity. If we can't do every single thing, we must chime in. We must call. We must oversee. I have my own world, my own things going on. I would hate to have to, not hate, but I would probably wouldn't enjoy breaking my back doing this and doing that every morning. But you know what? If my sister needed something in life, let's just say every Thursday and Friday for 4 years, she needs me to take her garbage out to make her world go easier. That's just what it has to be. That's my role as a man. I'm not her man, but I'm a man in her world. I am her brother. It is my job to call and check and see if my aunties might need some help from time to time, or my grandmother, or my nieces and nephews, especially my nieces and my daughters. No matter what man is in their world, that they might date and acquire, we're the ones still related to them blood-wise. It's still our job. One can be the provider. One man in the family can be the protector. The other one can be the man who's good with resourcing and doing paperwork and handling business. Another one is good at the housing things. If 5 different men in the family are good at different things, guess what? The women in the family are okay. Because John is going to come do the plumbing. Steve is going to make sure that the lawn is taken care of. Bill, he's going to go with the money, so he's going to make sure the bill is covered. Peter is a little more the hands-on one, so he's going to want to come around and check on and make sure everything is good, nobody's bothering, she has the things. Alan might be good at handling bills and things outside of the money part, so you give Bill to give Alan the money and Alan to pay all these things together. But I'm tired of seeing men worry about their own, or just care about themselves or the woman they're laying down with. And that's all that matters. I'm tired of watching men, especially in my family, but in this world, not give a damn about the women and the people in their families and only leave it up to certain amounts or 1 or 2 and go about their life nonchalant. I'm sorry. Men, we have to do better. There's no reason and there's no excuse. Whether you was raised by a good man that showed you properly or you wasn't. I didn't have a steady, if that's what you want to consider, father or any type of everyday manly figure in my world. But I was raised around decent men. And when they weren't around, they laid enough down for me to see what's right and wrong. I watched enough TV. I tell anybody that knows me, they'll tell you TV helped raise me. Because all them TV shows they despise and say anything about, yes, all the Fresh Prince, the Family Matters, and the Cosby, all of those gave me good, positive thoughts of how I should be as a man when it comes to me and my family. I expected at a young age that I would be out of pocket a lot of dollars. That's part of the territory. I expected to understand there's times I might have to go to jail for defending while they get to sit at home. It's fine with that. My lip needs to get busted instead of the family's, because that's what it is. I complained as a child, Lord forgive me, why did I have to be the second oldest and had to do these things for my little brother and little sister? Those not my kids, it's not this, that, and the third. But I got to a certain point where I realized I was given a position for a reason by the great Lord. He put me in a role, he put me in for a reason. If it wasn't for the reason he knew that I had in me, he would have put me in a different one. He would have made me the youngest, but he didn't. So men, we gotta step up. Care about your mama, care about your goddaughter, care about your niece, care about the sister. Before we expect any other men to come in their worlds, we're going to do it. That is our job. If your days consist of you going to work, take care of your kids, so be it. Monday goes to Aunt Susie. Tuesday might go to you check in and see what Aunt Louise need. Wednesday might be Aunt Mary time. Thursday might be Aunt Stephanie time. Friday, who cares if it takes 10 years of the same format and the same program every day? This is what it has to be. We cannot leave them to the wayside, fellas. And what we cannot do, we cannot allow multiple men, whether older or younger, to get passes or people give them the benefit of the doubt why they don't put their best man foot forward. And we leave it to 1 or 2. I'm also speaking from my own personal situations. I feel like I'm eager and I'm ready and I have for a long time, but even more as I get older. Ready to step more into that patriotic role. For all the women in my family, if I can. There's no guarantee I'm going to reach them all, get to them all, and some might be, and Lord forgive me. But my mind is set on being in that position. Because time is ticking. And it has to be done. It frustrates me because, as I say, there's a lot of men who walk around very nonchalant as if it's just whatever. And some things I don't think had to be taught. Some things I think people should have enough sense to have in their brain and realize what's right and what's wrong. Um, Fellas, let's get it together. We shouldn't have to wait for the woman to say it. We shouldn't have to wait for her to be nasty and where we gotta whine, cry, and complain about it. Yes, she does be nasty in some ways how she give it to us. But I'm gonna be the first man to say it. There are times when I need it that way. Even if it isn't my woman saying it, if I ain't meant to accept it from her, I gotta be meant to let my sister say it. I might have to be meant to let my niece say it. I might be meant to let my daughter say it. How can I complain about all the things women don't do if I'm not willing to search the archives or the list, I should say, and go down and say, am I covering all my parts as a man, as a father, as an uncle, as a son, as a nephew, as a godson? Yes, I have the right to speak up and say how a woman is foul or wrong and how she's not coming through on her part. But I damn sure better have 9 out of the fucking 11 things on there covered. And that's why I think we're falling short. Men don't realize women don't only want to see you up their butt and doing everything for them. Some of the shallow, the foolish women, legit women wants to see, damn, this man not only he worry about me, I'm just the woman he lay with. I'm a woman that's in his good graces at the moment. It determines how is he with his other people, even if he hasn't the greatest emotional relationship with women in his family. Does he still care for them? Do he still have obligations? I told myself, despite I'm a person, I've had issues with my mother. I haven't spoken to her for a while or certain periods of time, and a lot of women in my family. But the moment of hardship or any type of need comes my obligations as a man, as a son, as an uncle, as a brother, as a father, as a great nephew, as a grandson, as a godson, as a whatever title they could put upon me. My obligations as a man and my duties to my family has nothing to do with the way I feel for them. The way I feel for them won't allow me to sit and play cards with them and smile and kiki hoko because I'm not emotionally there. I'm man enough to say it. My family will tell you that. I don't do too much sugarcoating. I have no reason to. I fear nothing in that sense. However, my emotions will not allow me to not help my mother if she's falling on the floor, or if she's sick, or if she has nothing. My emotions won't allow me to do what I'm obligated to do, my duties as a man that is owed to my blood. It has nothing to do with how I feel. I don't enjoy doing certain things. I'm first to say it. I'm not in here judging no man how he feels or how he interprets anything. I'm judging a man on his actions and how he handles everything. Between you and your woman and she wants her hair done and she disrespect or you're going through something, hey, you don't give her the money for it, I ain't mad about that, fella. Your sister call you out cursing, this, that, and third, but then turn around and say, hey, can I still get that $80 you gonna let me hold because I want to do something, buy me something for my car? I wouldn't give it to you either. If my mother needed me to come mow her lawn, or not even, maybe just go her shopping, but earlier she didn't violate or disrespected me in some way, nah, ma, you gonna mind your damn self. However, my sister say something I don't like, disrespect or whatever, this, that, and the third, and motherfucker in the street trying to threaten or beat her head in, my duties and obligation got nothing to do with how I feel. I'm not gonna sit and play with her. But if you think you're gonna harm my goddamn sister, as anybody know, hey, I'm a good man, but that person will not live on the earth with me. My mother can say all kind of foul, nasty things, this, that, and third, but if she loses her job and I have the money, I'm gonna send her the money. I might not go shopping with her in Kiki Hoko and sit down and have a meal or play a video game or watch a movie with her, but I'm gonna give her money to make sure she has, despite my feelings. That's my point, fellas. Like I say, you gotta be there for me, always a real stand third, despite our issues, because I can't judge what anybody goes through with any human being. That's not my position. For how you handle yourself around it, yes. Might not want to speak to my daughters for years. But if the father of their children, God forbid, isn't around, do I not send money to make sure that my grandkids have the necessities they need because I don't like my daughter's decisions? Emotional giving is one thing. Obligations, duties, and responsibilities, nothing trumps it. Nothing trumps it, fellas. If I gotta be the one to push my sister, God forbid, in a wheelchair around for the rest of her life, or gotta show up every Monday or every morning for the next 15 years until my siblings or husband or somebody else can do the afternoon shift on it, you better believe I'm gonna do it. Whatever woman I'm with, my wife, my kids, they're gonna have to understand. Something will be late. I might be late to get my sister, I might be late dropping my kid, but it'll all get done. Because those are my obligations. Those are my responsibilities. Those are my duties as a man that does not get to change, does not get to shift, does not get to go anywhere according to my feelings. I do not get to use the excuse of any type of ignorance or nonchalance to say, oh, well, I didn't remember or I forgot. That happens sometimes. Women and children get to forget. They're let off the hook, which is unfortunate and not 100% fair, but it is what it is. I don't get to not do my job. As a man who does a lot, which a lot of men do, you get to slack sometimes and fall short, absolutely. But I don't get to fall short for 4 years. I don't get to slack for 15 years. I don't get to do nothing. We have to take it upon ourselves. My sister has a great, wonderful husband. Probably one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life. One of the top 3 or 4 men I admire and really wish I could be like. But nonetheless, she called me for anything on this damn earth, especially it's in my realm. I'm going to do my best. God forbid her husband is not around for any capacity, jail, death, or just didn't want to be with her. Outside of that weird sex, we don't do none of that. That's my sister. I will be what she needs. Because I'm a man and she's a woman in my family. And the closest woman outside of my mother and my daughter. Fellas, we got to do better. This is Papa Stretch sitting here telling y'all, man up, man. Not just for your woman, not just for your kids. Man up for your niece. Man up for your goddaughter. Man up for your sister. Man up for your mama, your aunties, your grandma. All of the above, fellas. And with that concludes Dad Chat TV. I'm Papa Stretch. I'm your host with the most. Live from Never Quiet Queens. We out of here.